Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only Master Propaganda here of Sight, Defender of the Fatherland, off here to a 1v1 on Crossroads. In north, it is Iskra, fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, Comrade Stalin, and the 5th Guards Tank Corps here with Armored Assault, Guard Motor, and Airborne Troops. In the south, it is Sidewinder, fighting for the Oberkommando West Germany, Deutschland. Here with the 3rd Panzerdivision with Feuersturm, Scavenge, and Grand Offensive. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters, those wonderful people one and all. Without them and the support, the Propagandacast would not be possible, so big thanks to all those. Other people can join the Iskra Patreon, or they can donate via PayPal. Links are in the description. And finally, commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing. Get YouTube algorithms to get my video to a few more people is also a nice way to help. So, double Volkskunde Sturmpionier versus double Constant Dominicese. Already here, strong signs of guard mode here from Iskra. As for Sidewinder, could be anything. Perhaps a little less grand offensive, that you'll still see some players just ignore the panzer facilities just for tiger tanks. So it could go either way on that one, honestly. Sturmpionier racing here, going straight for the consequence here. Assault rifles versus motion guns. Intense, fierce close quarters action here. The Sturmpionier, though, with the assault rifles, with his German Wunderwaffe, do definitely have the upper hand here, pushing back the counter there with well-placed assault fire. Securing the eastern fuel point here from Iskra's initial raid. There, we're getting new space in the west as well here. Note the way he's sort of capping about. He's grabbing a lot of the easier points around the fuel point. Leaves one needs to get that way. Not a bad idea on a map like this, because the map is overall larger and has more points. Like just grabbing more strategic points can for example have the same effect as just holding a fuel point. So pretty sneaky play there by Iskra. I think that is a not bad read on the map situation overall. Sturmpionier catching the consequence here. We got the Volkskunde here, 3rd Volkskunde squad left for Sidewinder, and we got the 3rd Constant squad here for Iskra. Sturmpionier, though, at longer ranges, their assault rifles drop off a bit more compared to the other assault rifles in the game, actually, so they do have a bit of a weakness there, and are ultimately losing out to the country at longer ranges. We'll have to treat, I think, now. We do have some Volkskunde charging, in this case, as Sturmpionier end up acting as bait. This is great for Sidewinder. Tactically, should definitely turn around the other ones, but oh well. Still need to retreat those, but now the situation I think is much more on Sidewinder's benefit here, because his units on heavy cover. The opponent has a bit of cover there, but it's not great heavy cover, as it can't cover the entire country squad. Though we do get the arrival of another squad here in the west side here, pushing back the surge there finally. If you had, say, a fast truck, you could get out some Beinhand Grenade, which could definitely make it hard for the surge to get into the cover there. But there you go. Lining up for a larger push here, but still, Iskra's taking a lot of damage here from Sidewinder's Volkskunde. On the west side, more progress. Sandbags up there. Trip reinforcing. 4th squad on the way here. And there you go. He dives right past the Volks. Worth noting by his Sidewinder's yet secured the fuel point there himself. So sneaky play there by Iskra. Sneaky. Field hospitals up there for Iskra, providing with medics, of course. West side there. Sandbags done on their carve point. Healing up here with troops setting out for Sidewinder. Definitely not going to go for Panzer facilities at this point, though. But could be maybe for Feuersturm, some MP40 I think would be a pretty good addition here. Maybe mix simple assault rifles on them. But he of course also go for Scavenge. And even then he might still end up going for like Grand Offensive just for the Tiger tank. Maybe also the Inflict Sturmgewehrs, which I think are quite good, but they tend to get overlooked by a lot of Oberkommandos players because they're just less safe than a light machine gun upgrade. I'm not saying, you know, the assault rifle is going to blow up in your face. It's just, you know, light machine guns just allowed to engage from safer ranges, which is why people just tend to prefer them. And the west side engineers pushed back by the Volkskunde is there. A good push here, opening up for both some fuel point, though briefly now. Iskra does hold both fuel points, Sidewinder holds none. Truck at the ready. Guessing battle headquarters here for Sidewinder, but we'll see. Could be mechanized. Center secured here by the German infantry there. Western points being seized. Nothing further there for Iskra as of yet. And again, I'm expecting guard motor any time now. Any moment now. There could be armored assault even airborne troops. Just less likely by a significant margin. Healing there, and there we go. Battle headquarters up for Sidewinder. Die Kampfgruppe Hauptquartier. Support company up there. Iskra's engineers with back-breaking work. They set it all up there in time. Carve point there being hit. Western fuel secured. Lots of sandbags here from Sidewinder. Definitely a bit of a slightly less than usual split here on Crossroads for north and south side here, by the way. So that's a bit interesting there to note. And there goes Support Company. He could move straight on for the Tanko V Battalion Command. You know, start pushing for some faster T-70s here, or anti-aircraft half-decks for that matter, and That's exactly what Iskra is doing. Thumbs up to him in that regard. Sharp play there. Fulton's being pushed back. We got a big infantry push here. The Fulton's got the flank versus the flamethrower team have a bit of a problem. They can't use heavy cover because the flamethrower is actually going to damage bonus. Plus, when they bunch up, of course, further to keep in mind that flamethrower is an AoE weapon, so that just makes the flamethrower even better here. And of course, as the Soviets, Iskra can just merge conscripts with engineers, keeping them full strength, which is definitely one of the advantages the Soviets have here. And smart players will make use of the merge ability and the conscripts to keep them full strength. And the flamethrower teams there to keep them full strength. Eastern points now being grabbed here, as the north side has been claimed back here by the Red Army. Tanko VB tank command up, but they've got a flak half attack here for Sidewinder, so guessing a T-70 here as Iskra is not exactly flush with munitions. And so he could go for the fast half attack, but he won't be able to equip it fast, so I suspect he's more likely to push for the T-70, but again, he could go for the other one and just, wait a bit for the quad mount upgrade, and then say, push for some faster medium armor. That said, it would also draw munitions if he's planning gut motors from seeing the DP light machine gun, so I think at this point there are numerous arguments for he's more likely to go for gut mode here than and a T-70 rather than anything else, but we'll see. We shall see. There's always other choices he could make, but we'll sort of look at the average set of choices most Soviet players make in a match. Gut motor T-70 is by far like the most common set of choices, like at the higher tiers. Flak half take out here will be a second issue for Iskra. It's going to force a field gun. Then again, he might just go for hold up for the T-70. Obviously, depends on how aggressive Sidewinder is with his 251-17 flak half track. Bombarding the walls there with the 2 center of the flak fire, pushing the conscripts out in the open, routing them. Barbed wire by the eastern sandbags. Good work there by Iskra. Nesto meanwhile getting gutted here by the Fulton Grenadiers. Conscripts retreating the west here. Troops setting out there. Lots of back and forth maneuvering here between Sidewinder and Iskra. By the way, his eastern fuel point is in fact not connected. T-70 on the way for Iskra there as expected. And the Fulton trying to check for the car point here. Conscripts moving in to try and stop this. We've got the flak half track on the scene there. Do not worry, comrades. These boxes will protect. Oh shit, they won't. They won't. They lied to me. They lied to me. How could they? They said boxes were proof against flak fire. Assholes. Field gun there, plus T-70 here for Iskra. No commander yet, though. Okay, now for there for Sidewinder. Obviously expecting a T-70. Timing-wise, against 7 minutes. Typically, we have to expect it. He's only fortunate as Iskra wasn't able to get that much of a field advantage. I was going to gun out at 6 minutes. And there we go. Big surprise. Gut mode. In fact, he cancelled the field gun for that. Called for the Gasman. Equips them with double DP light machine guns. Again, no surprise. It is very much hard Soviet metagame at this point. Gut mode is just by far the best commander. Features T-30-35, which is just a very solid, cost-efficient medium tank. Heavy mortars. Guards rough infantry, which is definitely one of the more cost-efficient infantry units. Vehicle crew repair training, which is a really good ability. And marked vehicle, which was allowed to quickly finish off tanks as well. So just a strong set of commanders that don't really require a lot of investment in terms of like build orders from you anyways. Like typically see 3 conscript engineers, but you go for like 4 conscript engineers. You can go for a bunch of penal troops, and the commander will still work very well because it just is completely build order agnostic. So numerous reasons why this commander is just by far the best one, or most popular one, but also in the sense the best one because it just has higher power level. But it's also combined with just less requirements, like really making use of it. Plus, a lot of its stuff is just like, you press and it's done. Like other abilities require more timing and setup, But most of the guard mode set, none of that is necessary. Just click and it's done. East side here, we got some ground there with the Fulton Grenadiers. Quick push up me on the east side. Conscripts met here by the flak half track. We'll have to see what Sidewinder does commit to. Certainly still has plenty of options. T-70 also knocked out there. Conscript push from the curve point. Very good. And the T-70 of course is in need of repairs. Quick skirmishing on the curve point. Negative cover. Quick Molotov there. Quick, Dimitri! Throw the frangible! The what? The Molotov cocktail. Why can't they call it something else? Like, it's made as a joke. Can't we just call them firebombs? No? We have to call them Molotovs? This is stupid. Fix up the T-70. Field gun away there for Iskra. There we go. Cis 3 divisional field gun. Germans occupying the centre here. East side, we can see a small task force being dispatched by Iskra to once more put pressure on Sidewinder's field point. We do have a Panzerschreck on the Sturmpionier. Thumbs up to that, obviously. Very good upgrade there for them. Thyssen rolling forwards again here. Firing its mighty 45mm gun there at the German troops. That doesn't escape, but they're firing here from the top there of the building before apparently quickly moving it very rapidly to another window. The bombs they just quickly, like seconds, taking it downstairs. Pulls the guards from that quick grenade off from the Volksgrenadiers. That's almost a full wipe here. Close one there. T-70 ready for a push up the center. Got Panzerschreck in the buildings. Almost got the T-70 here, but Iskra narrowly gets out of there, narrowly. Sidewinder a good chunk of the map here, but at the same time, Iskra's also got a good chunk of that. We basically got roughly a 50-50 split here at the moment. Again, most of the fighting part is also just focusing heavily on the center, meaning map control will remain fairly stable because, you know, they're not pushing on these vast swaths of territory. These huge tracts of land remain very much untouched by both sides. We do get a bit of smoke here, mostly from the flak half tracks and disengages. That said, obviously made a bit of a mistake there. Flak half track abandoned. If he's lucky there, the field gun will be forced to be repositioned, but looks like they won't have. Yeah, got the contrasting in there. Yeah, he's gonna, I think, grab it and force his opponent to destroy it. Yep. Or at least have some damage before he can even destroy it. Yep. There we go. Got the flak half track knocked out finally. Tactically, again, a bit of a mistake on the Sidewinder. Should have pulled it back there, honestly. Garsman needs to constantly pushing forward here. Field gun, of course, backing it all up here. Good push by Iskra. The lack of machine guns or anything heavy here from Sidewinder. Of course, lost the flak half track. Makes this a very tough attack to repulse. Particularly with the field gun bombarding, pretty much removing any defensive strong points for Sidewinder. Like, he can't hold his ground now. The field gun will smash his infantry apart. We do get a truck out. There will be likely Schwerer punch at quarters. Good there, but cut it out sooner maybe. And we got the heavy mortar here for Iskra. Also just very good. Obviously, it does require to make use of the mortar barrage ability, which is slightly more skill intensive for some players at least. So obviously, a little less popular, but it is still very, very good. And obviously, very recommendable to use. Really good push here. Goes for the car pump. Got the Thyssen arriving. Bit of a mess here for Sidewinder. Actually, not the Schwerpunkt cause close to the car point, but not the greatest position in the first place, in part because right now he's cut off from his own resources there, so he can't actually set it up here. But also the enemy's fairly close, like theoretically, like the opponent can make another push on the car point, discover the Schwerpunkt cause being set up, and then destroy it. So there's definitely a few risks involved here for Sidewinder, and of course, he probably should just set up in his own base at this stage on. He's just get it up faster, and then, push for some orbital data faster, or anything else really. Almost got a white pianist scrap, but his men narrowly dodge that high explosive fate here. Sturmpionier full on the move here. Truck cancelled up now here for Sidewinder and for Deutschland. There we go. Got the Sturmpionier flanking up here. Reinforcing healing for a bit there. Back at base, Iskra could start taking up here to unlock Force 7 upgrade. Demo chart spotted and destroyed. Good work there by Sidewinder. Thumbs up. Still no commander though, so again, could be like Scavenge, maybe an Austrian rush or something like that. Could be ground defense because he's planning a Tiger tank. Firestorm at this point seems very unlikely. Very unlikely. I mean, I can't rule it out, but if you sort of consider the timing, how most people use Firestorm, Firestorm at this point would be a very strange move in my optics. Which certainly I think break most players seriously use of it. Almost got the field gun here, of course. If he can remove that would do Sidewinder a lot of good and definitely make things more awkward here for Iskra. So if he could also get rid of the heavy mortar, that would also do him a lot of good. Probably should treat them not just because the guardsmen here, but also the heavy mortar. They could easily risk causing Sidewinder here some pretty heavy wipes. And there you go, quick grenade here. Schwerpunter calls they're getting authorized first. Really should add some orbital down. He needs something a bit more elite here, I think, to put pressure on Iskra's forces to, blast his way through the infantry. Sturmpunier close being up, but he does want that T-70 dead here. He's willing to sacrifice a bit for him. There you go, got it. That is a definite win here, by the way, for Sidewinder. That removes a significant thorn in his side and a significant threat to infantry support weapons. So that will definitely give Sidewinder the ability to push the map here against Iskra once more. So pretty good there, obviously. Didn't get engineers, but at least the T-70 is gone. And we do get some orbital in here. Thumbs up. Still no commander, though. Kind of commandant. Feeling being hauled back there due to some heavy casualties and damage. Alright, Yuri, you pull, and then Dimitri. Alright, Dimitri's dead. Well, Konstantin. Oh, he's also dead. Sergei. Wait, I'm Sergei. Blyat. More sandbags here, forming up a larger sandbag wall here. Pushing westwards, sharp. Got the orbital dart out there, going for the MG-34. Fun fact about the MG-34, there are actually several versions of, including the MG-34S, which actually had a rate of 1200 rounds per minute, basically of an MG-42. So, little fun fact there. Little fun fact there. There we go, MG-34 ready. Quick grenade against the Volksgrenadiers, dodging that one rapidly. Knees being mortared, the force against the orbital dart here. Ground western fuel points, they're good. More heavy mortar fire here from Iskra against Sidewinder's positions. Heavy mortar there. It's a bit of a danger zone possibly. We can also see Sidewinder's can soon go for a Panther 4, but Iskra can also soon go for the T-35. We're not quite seeing any 7 upgrades. If I spoke too soon, got one there, got one there. Western fuel being system for that army. Panther shake off there. Direct hit here, that's going to have to definitely treat the Sturmpunier, and the Orbital probably shouldn't stick around for much longer either. Quick Cabal now. And they mostly dodge that. Panther 4 there for Sidewinder and the German army. That's good. Western Pontoon grabs well headed in denying Iskra precious resources. Also very good for Sidewinder, but obviously less good for Iskra. Still though, no commander. We're almost approaching the 20-minute mark, and Sidewinder has yet to still pick a commander. Again, I typically say if you can't pick a commander by 20 minutes, you might want to consider some other commanders in the first place, because at this point, if you haven't picked a commander, you're typically only doing yourself a disservice rather than pulling off some great strategic gambit. At that point, pretty much all abilities stop roughly around 12, 13, maybe 14 minutes, which stops at 20 minutes roughly. At which point you're just doing nothing strategically. So I feel like you definitely if you can't pick a commander there, you'll need to get better at picking commanders or pick some other commanders, because at that point I feel like you're just not doing yourself much good. Field gun and heavy mortar being caught here by the advancing Volksgrenadiers. Unable to of course wipe either of them though, but still pushing them back here, causing some manpower bleeding down Iskra. Got the T-35 for him. Panther 4 ready, adding the Pendamada MD-42. Sturmpunier advancing, ground points here and there. And counter the Volksgrenadiers. Counter they're caught by the Panzerkampfwagen out in the open, routed. Down West 10 point. Up north here, we got mines and the heavy cover. Smart play there by Iskra. T-34-85 almost done for Iskra and the Red Army. Western points being seized there. Country field into the advancing Panther 4, shoots whiffs. Not the most impressive start to that Panther 4, and there you go. T-34-85 ready here for Iskra and the Red Army. Got the focus engineers in the west. Engineers for the march was definitely not in a good spot here. Oh, they got stuck. Really hates when you happen that. Your unit gets stuck with an opponent there when trying to retreat. Definitely a bit cheeky there and awkward. Does result in wipe here for Sidewinder, but Ken over on the way. Head from to east, heading a mine. shoots, misses. T-34 moving up here. No, of course, the way it moves can also threaten the Panther 4 to getting away. But getting flanked by the T-35. Pretty aggressive play by Iskra. Not a bad idea, though. Of course, need to be careful not to extend, and there you go. Nice timing on the Panther first Panther shot, damaging the engine of the T-35. We do have a lot of engine moving in here to try and save the T-35. We also got the field gun. That's definitely going to force the Panther to disengage, and there you go, damaged engine. Now, both tanks in a bit of a sorry spot, but the T-35 here has the upper hand, simply due to having more health than the Panther 4. This is one of the reasons why the T-35 is such an efficient medium tank, because it easily has the most health for its cost. Plus, pretty good anti-infantry performance and decent anti-tank performance. There we go. Sidewinder's Panther 4 goes up in flames. Great kill for Iskra, and a definite problem there for Sidewinder. He doesn't pick the commander, by the way. Again, we are now beyond the 20-minute mark. That Sidewinder just has bugger all. All of a sudden, could get a bit more activity. He's obviously trying to take out the T-35 here with a Panther Shrek. Obviously makes a lot of sense. If we can get rid of that, of course, will do him a lot of good here, but the problem is it can't easily keep up with the tank, even with a damaged engine. It can still move faster than the Sturmpioneer can catch up. And now, another problem for Sidewinder. Of course, he has to retreat them right past a lot of angry Sword infantrymen. And that's a wipe. They're causing him not just the Sturmpioneer, but also the Panther Shrek. So that was quite painful there. We got Orbison with the Indonesian. The East could get a wipe there on Iskra. That would not be the biggest wipe, but obviously a wipe nonetheless. Field in court here. Sidewinder really needs to pick a commander. Again, at this point, it's strong. It feels like it's going to be grand offensive from him, but could be wrong. Could be wrong. Big time. T-35 there being self-repaired for just 35 munitions. Troops sitting out from the base of Sidewinder. Got the field gun wiped. Got the Fortune Unity, almost got them wiped out. Once more, doesn't quite land a wipe here in Iskra. Troops enforcing healing out for Sidewinder. Got the Fortune they're pursuing there. Aggress on the west side. We got the Ken going for the western fuel point here and going to hit straight into a mine. Again, really good mining there by Iskra. Go. Loses only one there. That's lucky for Sidewinder, I suppose. T-35 they're almost done. Crew still busy at it. Sidewinder can soon go for a Panther 4, though of course he might also be tempted to go for the Panther. Yak Panther seems to try and go for the Tiger tank. We'll have to see what exactly, of course, Sidewinder decides on here. Meanwhile, Iskra can soon go for another T-35, though if you sort of look at this typical certain mess, again, it typically involves going for one tank and then going for Katyusha, so we'll have to see how much Iskra sort of sticks to that religiously. But if he does stick to it very religiously, he will go for Katyusha next. Okay, another push back the T-35 back into the cemetery there. Field gun constantly needs moving up here. Got providing coming fire there. 18 kills so far each level. Very good. Heavy mortar continues to be an excellent investment here for Iskra. Just adding a lot of pressure there to Sidewinder. Plus, of course, in certain areas, depending how the fight is going, he just keep it inside of his base there at the edge and still cover a significant chunk of the map. I remember the British could just build mortar emplacements inside their base. That was truly miserable. Hey, mortar's not quite there, but it's certainly close to being just as miserable. Whoops. Okay, I'm setting up against the T-35. So hits there. One Okama crew though wiped out, but the T-35 has suffered intense damage. But yeah, a lot of fuel there being floated here by Sidewinder. Does start to look increasingly more like he's planning a Tiger tank. Could also be going straight for the King Tiger, but I think under current circumstances, the amount of time and resources he'd have to put aside just for the King Tiger, considering like the situation, I think would be too risky here for Sidewinder to like pull off safely. I'm not saying it would be impossible, but like, you know, statistically speaking, in most situations where he try and do that, he'd probably lose. the concrete push back with the full scope, Barnham gone off in the Guardsman in the west. Nice flank keep by the Sidewinder. Didn't notice he's going up for that flank, but there you go, push back by the grenade there. More troops pushing in. The west side is seeing only little action as Iskra's just gobbling up here. Sidewinder heavily focused and invested into the eastern side of the map, now trying to get back that fuel point, but is also then conceding a lot of ground here to Iskra. Iskra, again, not entirely sure what he's planning. Again, my guess is Katyushas, but it could be something else now. As for Sidewinder, yeah, I'm guessing a Tiger tank. He just needs to pick command. No, he does go for a second T-35, which I would also argue is the optimal choice here, but just most players at the moment will just go for Katyusha no matter what. So, Sidewinder yet to be a commander. Fuel-wise, he's very close to having the fuel for the Tiger tank. He does have everything else, more or less. Short of the manpower, just needs to pick the commander, and he's good to go. Almost got the eastern fuel point here. Troop enforcing healing. T-35 almost done for Iskra. Almost done, but not quite. The Covenant's got in the T-34-85. Another great shot there. Flies at the tank, but doesn't quite land. There you go, fresh T-35 right to Iskra to support the front line, to support the effort against the hit and the right scum. Pushing up the guns against the eastern fuel point. The west side there, a bit of pressuring here by Sidewinder once more. Well, he's definitely not going for the Panther force. It's either Panther again, he is planning for the Tiger tank, or the other Tiger tank might be slightly more optimal in some respects. It's better versus the infantry, which Iskra still has a lot of, plus the field gun. That's going to be slightly less impressive against the T-35s in some respects, but again, it may actually be better because it just has more health, and the armor's most of the time not going to matter anyways. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see, but... Well, he's not going for a Panther either, so now it is very much looking... Yeah, it's going to be the Tiger tank here again. He has gone for the commander, simply for the command Tiger, and that's it. Nothing really else, like no orbital dynamic for Sturmgewehrs. No Panzer Command involved stuff, no Panzerfusilier, no smoke bombs. All very good stuff, but for other reasons, again, by just waiting for so long, he's just failed to utilize this. And just, it's typically what I consider the least efficient use of the command, just period. It's like just going for it for a single, like, big tank. Got the field gun here, small window for Sidewinder. Finally remove that from the side. That's also going to help the Tiger tank, of course, once it moves in. West side, that point's being grabbed here. Another great hit from the Covenant punching through the T-35 front armor. And there we go, 27-minute mark, almost 28-minute mark. His Sidewinder can finally go for the Tiger tank. He just needs to press that button. There you go. Befehls Tiger out. Has access to the Command Tiger ability, which is basically how it stands out from other Tiger tanks. Then, of course, the extra levels of veterans in having access to combat blitz rather than a regular blitz. It did use access to the tank commanders or Panzer commander ability as well, but that just made it too good, so they had to remove that. I'll wake up the Tiger tank moving forward here. Tiga. Graham needs some points, so Ken doesn't move. Deinhardt advances Russians dead! Jawohl! Herr Oberleutnant. Skirmish on the west side here, fuel point being on victory point, then skirmish between Iskra and Sidewinder. So how will Iskra respond to the Tiger tank besides calling marked vehicle, which again forces it back because it takes more damage, meaning the Tiger tank, larger health total ends up mattering less as long as this ability is active. Which is one reason again Gut Mode is just so popular, because again it can just render a lot of these big tanks a lot less big effectively. So moving up west side here, Tiger tank just remaining, of course waiting for the Schwerpanzer, of course maybe shoot down the aircraft there. Katyusha now for Iskra. Panther faster than T-35 to 71. Could maybe try and take out on the other one now. That wouldn't be a bad idea there. Still waiting for that Schwerpanzer, of course, to do his job, but the gunners does not seem particularly good at their job. There you go, T-35 flanking in. Tiger tank is going to try and flank that one. There we go. He's going to try and back off, of course, right into line of fire with the Tiger tank. Nice setup there by Sidewinder. Catches the Iskra's T-35 in a really bad spot. But there you go, counter-rushing forward. The T-35 misses the Tiger tank. There we go, almost got the T-35 there, but the Tiger tank is pushed back here by the conscripts. Close call though. Close call. Slowly approaching the half-minute mark there. Or half, wait a bit, 1 mark. They field gunning 40. Conscripts coming up here, ups on the flank there. Closing in, Red 3 here. Tank into the Sword Infantry. We got Sturmpion in for Sidewinder, since obviously he's got no other way of repairing his tanks. Also, I need to be careful. Do feel like he needs to be a bit more active with his Tiger tank. I mean, he spent a lot of resources staying up for it, so, you know, he really should at least try and, you know, leverage its massive gun at least somewhat here against Iskra's forces. There we go, so close to the guardsman there. Sturmpion almost done, and repair kits. 3 kills there, very close to one. Good hit there from the field gun, punches through the Tiger tank's front armor. What's going on the west side here? T-35 being bombarded by the cannon shots there, but they aren't quite hitting. And we got the CoH2, the ready to unleash shell here upon Sidewinder's western force. The catching the forces bunched up during the attack. The rockets are just... Wow, they actually missed that. Every rocket more or less missed. That is terrible there for Iskra. Tiger tank pushing forward. Good shot on the T-35 there. Got it! Tiger tank pushes forward. We need to be careful. There's still the T-35 number 2 and the field gun here, which could do a lot of damage to the Tiger tank rapidly. There you go. Down to half health. Sturmpion also there, not in a great spot. We'll need to retreat for repairs. We've got smoke bombs unleashed here against Iskra's center position. Sidewinder pushes forward for Deutschland. The Fox is doing a cannon against Iskra's forces there. Iskra here could go for another T-35, but he may also be thinking about Nation 5 to help deal with the Tiger tank at a slightly more safer pace. We'll have to see. Garson with 30 kills, by the way. Excellent kills here there for Iskra. Sturmpion need to reinforce faster. The Tiger tank's almost knocked out here, in fact. Need to get that fixed very rapidly. Honestly, you may want to consider another Sturmpion squad against like repair them faster overall. Until he gets any more armor. He's sending in the Tiger tank though. That is definitely very risky there. Very risky. Eventually feeling the opposite of 22 kills. Sturmpion moving in. I feel like he should pull that Tiger tank in towards his base there, honestly. Like, I feel like he's putting in a very... Yeah, he's pulling it back there. Very good. It was also, I would say, a high-risk situation where like, the opponent could like just make a lucky push, spot the Tiger tank, and then destroy it, at which point Sidewinder would be in a very, very bad position. Well, worse position, I suppose is the best way to put it now. Boob taps an Eastern victory point. Very good. Kills Dimitri and Boris. Using eastwards. Points have been grabbed. Get Sidewinder. Will need more Storm Pioneers, I think, long term. Also, one thing worth noting, he's got a lot of munitions, he just hasn't really leveraged them a lot of the time. Could have laid down more booby traps when he had, you know, more time, or laid down more mines with the Storm Pioneers. He just hasn't really been using his munitions at all. And there you go, Iskra with the H5 tank destroyer. Quick rate needs to have some Fulton ring to disrupt Iskra's attempts here to grab the points. Could maybe get a wipe hit if Iskra's not paying attention. Might just get the wipe hit. He's a bit lucky, but yet or 9 did not get the wipe. More troops around here, also they're probably not fully enforced, but they're still going to give the best of the MG-34. H5 was done there. Good Katyusha barrage right here from Iskra onto Sidewinder's forces. Rockets slamming into the ground, sending Germans, but mostly dirt flying all over the place. Tiger tank finally good to go. We got the H5 tanks right here ready to give the Tiger tank a really, really bad time of it. Do some stuff for the opposite garden. Got the Eastern victory point. Need to grab the Eastern field point. Got the Tiger tank in the head again. Straight to the T-35. Shot bounces. The Tiger tank does not. Field gun with the Tiger tank. Got H5 as well. They got a smoke bomb being deployed here by Sidewinder to do some reconnaissance, not to cut the retreat of the Tiger tank. Kept moving up here against the H5. Tiger tank ultimately forwards again here. Sidewinder is clearly feeling aggressive here, bullish with a chance of victory. German infantry pushing forward. The T-35, they're unloading hell at the advancing German troops on the field, dealing with Titan, but they're going to are punching significant holes into it because T-35, H5 on the Tiger tank. German infantry being raked apart out in the open here. Field gun wipe, great kill here for Sidewinder. East side of the guard from the dealing with the German troops here. Looks like the German troops might just be dealing with them instead. Trying to clear up the cannon of the heavy mortar is back at base reinforcing. Field gun destroyed. Great kill there for Sidewinder. Removes a significant threat to his Tiger tank. So that was very nice for him. Need to fix up the HT5. Tiger tank being repaired. I feel like Iskra though has a pretty good chance to push in now, maybe, with some of the stuff though. He's a bit short on like tank destroyers and such. They can actually deal with the Tiger tank somewhat safely. But he could still make the attempt, in particular with marked vehicle, there is still a shot. So you can see in the way like Sidewinder's just got the Tiger tank here pretty much acting as like his front line while being repaired, which is not ideal. HT5 almost done. Using self-repair on the T-35. Lots of flare mines there. Not bad. Not bad at all. I should have one running into them. Catch the counter with the advancing Fulton Grenadiers. Molotov and the Fulton Grenadiers. Okay, mortified direct hit on the Fulton on the right the entire unit. T-35 found them moving forwards. There we go, Tiger tank to good time I think to pop the marked vehicle here on the Tiger tank. Try and get it up, rid of it now. For Iskra, but it seems like he's not quite picking it now, he's forgotten about it. Katyusha barrel shot right into the German infantry, almost wiping out the entire Fulton squad. They almost don't get so far mostly unscathed away from it. Only something like damage. Tiger tank is kind of isolated. I think there's again a chance for Iskra to like push for it and destroy it maybe. There we go. Marked vehicle on the Tiger tank. Counter-rushing force. HT5 going for it. There we go. Good shot penetrating the Tiger's armors with these. Almost got the Sturmpionier wiped here. Panzerfaust and HT5 here. Shot bounce off the Tiger tank. Counter-squad wiped out. We got the Kevin on top of the Ace Guardsman actually. Tiger tank pushing forwards despite the current situation here. Direct hit from the HT5. About to lose both the Kenmers. I feel like Sidewinder might have miscalculated here against Iskra. And he's about to lose the Tiger tank. Or not. There we go. Tiger tank down, and with that, I think Sidewinder's pretty much out of the war here. There we go. Sidewinder surrenders. A loss here to the German army, which for the Red Army, a fierce, hard-fought battle here. But in the end, I think Sidewinder lost a bit. I think Sidewinder with the bigger picture could have outmaneuvered his opponent more. And I feel like also the lack of Sturmpioneers probably didn't help him out either. But also just going for that Tiger tank while not being fully used as the commander, I think was one of the greatest strategic mistakes his Sidewinder made this match. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. You'll learn something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell friends, tell family. But don't tell enemies. And of course, consider joining our players on Patreon. This is Imperial saying cheers and see you all tomorrow for our next episode. Bye.